Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Matrix Advanced training. This is the second of two MLS trainings from your Elite Master Series training. My name is Robert Rodriguez. We're going to go ahead and get started. As always, if you have any questions, you can ask questions via the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask questions. All right, so what we covered in the first class was the settings of our MLS and basic search functions. Also, how to save our searches and share with our customers. So we're going to go ahead and begin again with a few search exercises by going over to search. And we're going to go ahead and cover rental searches. All right. I know that we covered that in the last training. However, I do want to touch on a few subjects here that are always in demand and always being asked. So when you go to rental, you're going to go here, obviously selecting your property type. Now, if you are looking for seasonal rentals, then you're going to go to style. And here you have single family annual for annual leases, and you have single family for seasonal leases. Same thing goes with condo and all the other property types. So if you are looking for a condo seasonal, you're going to select R63, which is condo co-op seasonal. And let's say you want this condo to be waterfront, you're going to go ahead and select waterfront. And let's say you want this condo to be waterfront in the city of Miami Beach. You're going to go ahead and put in the city of Miami Beach. And we're now down to 513 condos. Your client's asking for a 2-bedroom. You're going to go with 2 bedrooms. And now you're down to 194. And they do not want to pay more than $3,000 a month. They're going to go ahead and put in $3,000 or less. You're now down to 2 matches. All right. Now, always pay attention to the additional fields. Most seasonal condos should be furnished. So you want to add an additional field called furnished info, and you want to select furnished. Both of the units that were available are furnished. If your client is moving in with a pet, then you want to make sure you have pets allowed under additional fields, and you want to select yes. And now we're down to 0 matches. All right, so let's go ahead and remove that. And let's do a few adjustments. Let's come over here and let's put in 3,500 or less. See if we have more matches. We do. We have 5 more. We have 5 total matches. Now over here, you have what's called minimum lease period. That is another field you should add. All right. So what's the minimum number of days that you can rent in one of these condos? So if you're looking for monthly rents, then you want to put in minimum of 30. All right. You want to put in a minimum of 30, and that means that any available condos, you must rent for a minimum of 1 month. If you're looking for daily condos, then of course you would put in something like number 1, number 2, number 7. All right, let's go ahead and remove the minimum lease period. And then take a look here. This is another one that you guys may want to use, one called unit view. If your client's asking you for ocean view, you're going to select ocean view, direct ocean view, or maybe even water view. You want to select that as well. All right, so it seems to be stuck here, so I may have to start all over. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this. This is why. All right, so let's go ahead and remove the price, because I think that we definitely have a little bit of a problem here. Let's clear this here and let's start all over. So we're going to go ahead and select active. Let's select the condo seasonal. All right, let's go ahead and put it in Miami Beach. And let's go ahead and put in 2 bedrooms. Let's make sure it's waterfront. And let's make sure that we have a furnished unit. And let's make sure that we have water views. So let's go ahead and do ocean view, direct ocean view. So this is where we come across a problem. So apparently this is really not working, the ocean view or direct ocean view. And it's because this filter, I guess, is made for when you're purchasing a condo, and it's not ready for when you're renting a condo, because it's impossible that these 191 properties that are waterfront don't have any type of water view. So excuse this, don't use this. We'll have to see what we can do to report that to the MLS. All right, so we have 191 condos that are available. Now, of course, you want to put in your price. So once again, we're going to put in 3,500 or less, and we should have 5 results. These 5 results are available on a seasonal basis. And as you can see, they do have water views. So that filter was definitely not working. And this comes with a price tag of $3,000 a month. Read here, it says 1-year lease or 4-month lease available. Okay. If 4-month lease, the price does jump up to $4,500 a month. Remember that if you are leasing a property for less than 6 months, then the tenant may be responsible for up to a 13% tax. Okay. So that's if you are renting the property for less than 6 months. All right. So I just really wanted to show you how to search for seasonal, because a lot of people are always asking, how do we search for short-term rentals? Now, another trick I wanted to show you is how do we search for condos that we can purchase that allow short-term rentals? So for that, we're going to go to single family or condo search up here. We're going to select condo co-op right here. And then you want to drop all the way down to the additional fields. And you want to add an additional field called restrictions. You want to add one called restrictions, and we're going to go ahead and show you how to search for properties that allow leasing. Most importantly, that allow leasing in the first year. So go ahead and check that one as well. All right, so those two, all right, are going to give you properties that allow you to lease the property. Now you see this one here, daily rentals allowed. That's important. If you are looking for a property that maybe can be purchased and used as an Airbnb, all right, you're going to go ahead and select daily rentals allowed. All right, we have 5,000 matches, of course. Now it's time to select what area. So let's go ahead and put in zip code 33160. All right, and then we're down now to 682 properties. And continue to put in your criteria. Let's go ahead and say $300,000 or less. Give me 1 second, folks. Let's make sure that we stay muted so our recording can come out clear. If you do have any questions, you can unmute yourself and, of course, ask questions, okay? So once again, we are looking for condos that allow daily rentals. And how I did this, of course, was that we began in RE1, RE2 search. We selected active, we selected condo. We went ahead and dropped down to the additional fields. We added an additional field called restrictions. And we looked for daily rentals allowed. Also, okay to lease, and okay to lease first year. So these 86 matches in zip code 33160 allow daily rentals. All right, so you can always come over here, you can open it up, and you'll see that this, there's no remarks. All right, so this unit is tenant occupied. Please allow 24 hours for showing. Let's see if they tell us anything else on this one. All right, no remarks on that one either. All right, so we don't have remarks. There we go. We have remarks here. So this unit is currently enrolled in the hotels program until 2025. All right, so if you buy this, you know that you'll have a unit that's enrolled in a hotel program and they take care of the daily rentals. All right. So once again, that's how you search for properties that are on the okay to rent on a daily basis. All right. So a lot of them are in one single hotel, as you can see, 19201. But however, there are a few that are not in that hotel program. All right. So take a look here. um, so apparently, guys, and this is a good lesson for all of us. Okay. No lease, first year owned. So even if I entered the criteria the way that I wanted it, some realtors sometimes make mistakes. So on the restrictions, they put in corporate buyer okay, doc restrictions, no lease first year owned, okay to lease, other restrictions. All right. So let's always double check our results before we send to our customers. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin a new search for an RE1, RE2 property. What we are going to cover now is map searching, how to use the map to find properties. Say a customer wants to buy a property somewhere in Broward County, just not specific city. They just want a specific area. So they're looking for single family homes. Their budget is, let's say, $500,000 or less. All right. Feel free to already check Broward County and then go to map search and it's going to open the map. Okay. And as you can see up here, all these properties right there, all right, are available under $500,000. So I'm going to zoom in to a particular area. And let's say that this is the area that they're looking at right here. Okay. You have different drawing options. You have a radius, which is this circle. You have a rectangular shape. You have a polygon, and you have a pencil. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to draw ourselves a polygon. So we're going to select polygon and we're just going to trace this here. We're going to go across. We're going to go up and we're going to finish the polygon where you started it. And that is going to draw a shape. You can have multiple shapes drawn as well. If I come here, I can always hit the rectangular shape and I can draw a rectangular shape like this by clicking and dragging. Okay. So you want to click and you want to drag, and that allows you to draw a rectangular shape. If you want to draw a circle or a radius, you're going to select the radius. And once again, you're going to stand somewhere in the middle and you're going to drag out a radius. It even tells you the distance. So that's a 2-mile radius right there. Notice how we have 3 different shapes. If you want to delete one shape, go to the red dot and then click on delete shape. If you want to delete all the shapes, go to the little eraser that's right next to the pencil, click on it, and that's going to delete all the shapes. All right, so that's pretty much how you would search on a map. You want to go ahead and select the specific drawing that you want on that map, and you're going to get 14 results in there. Now you just click on results, and it allows you to see the results in a list. Let's go back to map. Let's click on map. If you wanted to see the properties one by one from the map, all you need to do is hover over that particular property like this, and then click on listing, and that's going to show you the MLS listing for that property. If you want to go back to the map, just click on map. And once again, that takes you back to the map. All right, I'm going to show you a little bit more difficult drawing that oftentimes you're going to have to do. I'm going to go ahead and clear the shape. Let's say your client says, I want properties west of the Florida Turnpike in Broward County, from the southernmost point of Broward County to the northernmost point of Broward County. All right, so Florida's Turnpike is right here in the center. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and we're going to go and trace the Turnpike all the way to the northernmost point of Broward County. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and select a polygon, and we're going to do this. We're going to trace like this, and then just go down the Turnpike. All right. It's not hard. It just takes practice, right? So go down the Turnpike like this, get to about Miramar, right there. Go all the way across to the Everglades, and then just go to the north and finish your shape. All right, so in there, we have 273 available properties without entering any other criteria. Of course, now you can go here to criteria and say, we are looking for a single family home, right? We are looking for a house that has a pool. So watch my results from 239 down to 23. All right, so just adding the fact that we're looking for a house that has a pool with for less than $500,000, that's going to drastically cut our results to 23. And now every house we look at should have a swimming pool. All right. So oftentimes you're going to get clients that are looking for homes with a swimming pool in any particular area in Broward County. And in this case, west of the Florida Turnpike. Of course, you need to identify where the turnpike is, and you need to go ahead and draw a shape. All right. So that obviously is not a swimming pool. That's a pool, but it's an above ground pool. So unfortunately, there's nothing really we can do about this. It's up to the realtor to be honest and answer the question, swimming pool, yes, swimming pool, no. That's not a below ground swimming pool. Let's see if this one has a pool. Yes, it does. All right. All right, so that is how you would manipulate the map, showing the different results that you're looking for. Any questions on the map? I'm gonna go ahead and clear this out here. There are other ways to use the map, which I'm about to show you. Let's say we want to go to a center point. Let's say we have an address and we want to place the address here. I'm gonna go ahead and place the address now. It's gonna go ahead and place a red pin on top of the address that you wrote up here. Now let's go back to criteria, and let's go ahead and change my criteria just a bit. Let's get out of Broward, because that is not Broward, that's Dade. All right. And let's switch this price here to 0. And let's go back to the map now. So these are properties within this immediate location that are for sale with a swimming pool. All right, if you want to draw a radius around here, you're going to simply now select radius, and we're going to go ahead and draw a half-mile radius around this location. And there are currently 3 active single-family homes with a swimming pool in that half-mile radius around this address. Go to results, and there you see your results. That's result number 1, 2, and 3. Now let's go back to criteria. If you're looking for properties that sold, you're going to click on closed, and we're going to leave 180 days. Let's go back to the map. And now you're going to see the blue properties represent sold listings. So if you're running some type of comp analysis and the subject property is this address that you see up here, now you have all of your sold properties within a 6-month period and all of your active listings. If you go back to criteria and now say we're looking for properties that are 3 bedrooms, sorry, that's bathrooms, 3 bedrooms and 2 or more bathrooms, we are now down to 3 matches. All right, so let's go ahead and click on results, and here are our results. This is a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, sold for $1,605,000. This is here a 3 bedroom, 4 bathroom that's sold for $1,700,000. And this one over here is a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom for sale at $2.6 million. All right, go back to the map and see the location of each property in your results. So that's how you would use the map to pinpoint a location up here and then draw a radius around the location. All right, so let's say, for instance, you work at 1600 Ponce de Leon Boulevard. I'm going to go ahead and begin a new search. And we're going to go ahead and click on map search. You're going to come over here to where it says jump to address and put in 1600. All right, and then Ponce de Leon Boulevard. And right there is the location of the property. And say you want to buy a condo within a mile of this work location. All right, we're going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit here on that map. And then we're going to draw a radius of 1 mile exact. There's your 1 mile. Now go back to criteria and then put in your criteria. We're looking for a 2-bedroom condo. All right. And we're looking for a 2-bedroom condo that, say, allows pets. Do I even have pets in here? I do not. So let's add pets. So add remove. All right, let's put in pets allowed. Hit add. Oh, it's actually there. I missed it. Somehow I missed it. Okay, to advertise. There it is. Pets allowed. That allows pets. And we're down to 32 matches. So we've got 32 properties. All right, now let's go ahead and put in a price range. No more than 450,000. Down to 6 matches. All right, so here are my 6 results within a mile's distance of 1600 Ponce de Leon Boulevard condos, and they're under $450,000 for sale. All right, that is how you would search for properties within a certain distance of a center point or a pinpoint. Okay, there is actually another way to do it without even using the map. If you go to search RE1, RE2, you see this here underneath map search. You can put in here half mile. All right, from a certain address. You want to select it. And let's go to the map and show you. It draws that half-mile radius around that center address. So the reason I'm showing you this now is because we are going to learn how to run a comparative market analysis using the MLS. So let's go back to search and let's begin once again. For comps, you're obviously looking for active and closed sales. You need to find properties that sold, and you need to find properties that are currently active in the market. We are going to select our date range to equal to 6 months, so 0 to 180 days. We're going to go ahead and select single family home. And once again, let's go up here to where it says within a quarter mile. Let's select half mile. Now we're going to come here to the distance, and we're going to place the address of the subject property. All right, so the subject property is 1020 Obispo. We're going to go ahead and select it. We are now down to 44 matches. Now, you need to know what the subject property details are. So I know the subject property is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. So we're going to go ahead and put in 4 bedrooms exact and 3 bathrooms exact. We are now down to 11 matches. Also, I know the subject property is approximately 3,200 square feet in size. So for square feet living area, we're going to put in a low range of 2,600 all the way up to 3,600. And we are now left with 3 matches. Let's click on results. And we have 3 sales. No active listings, 3 sales. These 3 sales are $2,022,000, $2,350,000, and $2,400,000. All right, what you're going to do now, if you want to, you can go back to criteria, and perhaps you can stretch your distance out to 1 mile, and you gained 4 more results. And if you want to make sure you stay in the same city. This is in the city of Coral Gables. So you want to come here and you want to place Coral Gables. And now you're down to 5 matches. Click on the map. And here we have our 5 comparables. We do have 1 active listing at almost $3 million. We have a sold property at 2.6. We have a sold property here at 2 million. And then this one is at 2.4, and this one is at 2.3.5. Once again, go back to results, and here are your results. To run the comp analysis in the MLS, there are 2 ways we can do it. The first way, which is the easiest way, is by selecting all your comps, clicking on print, and then finding the CMA one-line summary report down here, and then combine that with the 3-up comparison. This is going to give you a smaller version of a CMA that you can use and hand to your clients. Let's click on print to PDF. It's got your header with your information, and then it's got here the active listing, and then it has the 4 sold properties, 1 at $2,022,000, 1 at $2,350,000, the other one at 2.4, and another one at $2,655,000. The average of all 4 is $2,356,875. That is the average of all 4 properties we chose. Keep in mind, folks, all 4 properties are identical in bedrooms and bathrooms from our subject property. They are all 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Take a look on the right-hand side. 1 property sold in 5 days. That's what days on market means. How long was it on the market? Another one sold in 4 days. The third one sold in 59 days, and the last one sold in 43 for an average of 28 days on the market. The first property sold at 101.2% over the original price. So the original price was $1,998,000, and the sales price was $2,022,500. That's 1.25% above asking price. The second listing sold at 102.17% of the original price. So at 2.17% over asking price. They were asking 2.3. They sold for $50,000 more at $2,350,000. This one here sold at 96% of the original price. So they were asking for 2.5, ended up selling for 2.4. This one here sold at 94.82%. They were asking almost $2,800,000, ended up selling for $2,655,000. So now you have the knowledge of what a 4.3 in this area sells for, and you have your side-by-side comparisons. So this is a very simple CMA that you can produce using the MLS. And once again, you get this done by selecting your comparables, selecting print, and then going to the bottom and selecting CMA one-line summary report and your 3-up comparison. Now, if you want to prolong a presentation style CMA, you're going to go back to results, and instead of clicking on print, once you choose your columns, you're going to click on CMA right here. This is a presentation style CMA that we're going to teach you how to run now. First thing you're going to do is decide which of your clients is this CMA for. If you don't have a client created just yet, you want to click on create a new contact, and you want to add their name, their last name, and their email address, phone number if you have it, and then click on save. So I'm going to go ahead and select this. All right, we're going to add this for Alexander Rodriguez. Next, decide which language would you like your CMA to be, English or Spanish. We're going to go ahead and leave it there in English. And then add a little description if you'd like to. We don't really need to add a description. We're going to go right into pages right here. If you're new, you're going to see exactly the same thing we are seeing on my screen. There are no selected pages just yet. All the available pages are off to the left. So take a look here. We've got cover page, we've got subject and adjustments, comparables, static pages, and the map. What we're going to do is open the plus sign for each category. And then we're going to determine what we would like to include in our CMA. So we have the CMA cover sheet and the cover sheet with agent photo. I prefer to include the cover sheet with the agent photo. So let's click on that one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and skip over subject and adjustments and click on list price and sales price chart. I'm going to use the professional report and the pricing recommendation. Of course, I already know what these look like. So if you like to follow my recommendations, take a screenshot of what I am doing now so you can build your own CMA in this fashion. If you like to, you can always preview some of these pages and choose your own style. For static, I always have used the benefits of using a realtor and importance of pricing in my CMA. And then lastly, we're going to include the CMA map. Now, the CMA map, I do not want it to be my last page, so I'm going to go ahead and move it up. So by highlighting CMA map, we're going to click on the arrow and we're going to go ahead and move it up and place it right above professional report. Once you're finished, you can always click on set as default here, and that's going to go ahead and set your pages as your default. So now each and every time you guys visit the MLS and run a CMA, those pages are set as defaults. Now here's another tip, guys. If you like to upload custom pages, perhaps you have really nice looking flyers in your computer, you can always go to the left, click on upload custom pages, and you can upload a page that you have saved in your computer into your MLS CMA. All right, we're going to go ahead and click on next over here to subject. If the subject property is listed in the MLS, you can always find it by entering the MLS listing number, or you can search for it right here by clicking on cross property listing to autofill from. Now, if the property is not on the MLS, like our subject property, we're going to type in the fields manually. So it's very simple. Click there, type in the address. All right, let's put in here the address. This is in the city of Coral Gables. In zip code 33134. All right. And then county is Miami-Dade. And this is again in Florida. So that's all you really need to do, guys. Now, if you have a picture for the property, you want to upload a picture. And then you want to go ahead and locate the property on a map. So if you don't know the latitude and longitude, it's very simple. You click on locate. And then once again, go ahead and type in the address of the property, 1020 Obispo, and that's in zip code 33134. Click on locate. There it is. And then click on done. The following steps are very simple now. You're going to go to cover, and your cover page, once again, you can include a photo of the property if you have one. And then you're going to come here, your agent information. I'm going to go ahead and edit my information. I'm going to change my photo, and I'm going to select a more updated photo. All right, click on save. And that's going to be our CMA cover sheet. It is going to include your name. It's going to include who you work with and other things that you see here. Okay. Next, we're going to go to email signature. Sorry. Let's go to back to CMA on the left-hand side. All right, back to CMA. All right, so I've changed now my photo on the cover sheet. Comparables, we've already chosen our comps. There they are. Map, it's going to show you the map where each comp is located. So let's go ahead and click on map. So here's your subject property and your 4 comps around. Lastly, we go to pricing. And from pricing, we have a low of 2 million, a high of almost 3 million, with an average of 2,481,000. Now, if you want to remove the $3 million high, remember we had an active listing. So let's go back to comparables. And that active listing is currently for sale at 2,980,000. If you want to remove that one, simply click on it and then click on remove selected, and it's going to remove now that comparable. Going back to pricing, now you'll see that you have a high of 2,655,000. We have a median and an average pretty much right around the mid 2,350,000 around there. So the suggested list price, this is where you get to recommend what price the property should list at. So of course, you need to know the conditions of the home that you're selling. If the conditions are prime conditions, the house is fully renovated, fully updated, then give it a higher list price. If the market is too cold and you don't think a high list price is going to attract buyers, then you want to give it somewhat of a median list price. All right. If the market is completely stale and there are no buyers at all, and there are too many properties for sale, then you want to give it somewhat of a lower list price. So I'm going to go ahead and place here 2 million. Let's go dollar symbol, and then $2,555,000. All right, that would be my list price. All right, add any notes that you like, and then finish by clicking finish. If you want to view the CMA, you click on view. If you like to email it, you can click on email. Let's go ahead and click on view CMA. And this is your presentation style CMA that you can do using Matrix MLS. So once again, guys, the photo of the property would be here if you upload one. And then you have the property address, and then prepared by you, prepared for your customer. Okay, here we have the list price, sales price chart. Here we have the CMA map. Here we have our professional report going over in detail each comparable that we chose. Here we have another chart that goes over the 4 listings with a low of 2 million, a high of 2.6, and an average of 2,356,000 at an average price per square foot of $793 a square foot. All right, here we have another graph analysis of each property we chose. And then your pricing recommendation reads like this. After analyzing your property, comparable properties on the market now, recent sales and comparable properties that failed to sell, I conclude that in the current market, your property is most likely to sell for $2,555,000. Now, all we wrote in that section was the price. This was written for us. If you don't like the way that this is written, if you like to rewrite it, then you'll go back to Matrix, you'll go back to pricing, and instead of just plugging in a price here where it says suggested list price, you want to write your own phrase. So whatever it is that you like to show here, you want to write it here where it says suggested list price. If you are okay with how this is written, then simply come here and place the list price, and that's it. All right. So this is followed by benefits of using a realtor. One of the reasons why this is one of my favorite flyers is because it explains to the customer why our job as a listing agent is important, from pricing to marketing the property, to providing security to the property negotiations, and monitoring the property all the way to closing. That is part of our job. So it's an important flyer explaining the benefits of using a realtor. And then here we have importance of pricing. All right, it's a nice little chart here that's gonna let them know, how we can attract more buyers by proper pricing the property. Again, those static flyers that you have options right here. Let's go back to pages. These static flyers that you see here, they're all available for you to use. You just need to simply select your favorite ones and add them to your selected pages. All right, guys, so that's your Matrix CMA. It is saved in the system. So go to My Matrix, go to My CMAs, and here you have your CMA saved, created today at 10:34 in the morning. Your Matrix CMAs are saved in the system for a total of 180 days. You can always open it. You can edit the CMA, view the CMA, email it, or delete the CMA. All right, remember, it is a PDF. You can always click on View CMA, and it does open a PDF, which you can then save it to your computer. All right, so this is the longer version of a CMA inside of the MLS. Now, I'm going to switch focus here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to run a market conditions report for any neighborhood in all of South Florida. So for this, we're going to go to the top right corner and click on more and then market reports. You are going to look for one called Market Conditions 1004 MC Report. And this is an inventory analysis. So to take inventory, we need to see how many active listings there are, compare that to how many sold properties in a 1 year's time frame. So put in here 0 to 365. Put in here single family home if you like to do single family home. And we are going to enter here the city of Doral. All right, putting in the city of Doral, we're going to go ahead and click on generate report. And here is the inventory analysis for the entire city of Doral. So let's read this line by line, since this is maybe your first time ever seeing this report. Line number 1, which is total number of comparable sales, are the sold properties. So in the last 3 months, from July 10th through today's date, in Doral, there were 72 single-family home sales. Line number 2 is your absorption rate, which is the total number of sales divided by the 3 months. So right here, we have the total number of sales, 72 divided by 3, that leaves you with 24. That's 24 properties per month. Here we have 84 current active listings. All right. And then the last line is your months of housing supply. And we have 3.5 months. So when you take the 84 properties that we currently have active and you divide that by 24 properties per month, you have a little over 3 months of inventory. So 3.5 months of inventory. Compared that to April 9th through July 9th, where there were a month and a half of inventory. So there seems to be a slower market in the last 3 months than in the previous 3 months, right? We were selling almost 30 properties per month here, and we are now down to 24 properties per month. We have 43 active listings here, increased that, doubled to 84 active listings. However, folks, our price has not decreased. Taking a look here, in the first 6 months of our study, we had a price of $866,000. Moving over here to the next 3 months, that price jumps to $935,000. For the last 3 months, we're looking at a median sales price of over $1 million, $1,022,500. So even though it's looking like a transition into more stable market, not so much of a seller's market, we're still looking at higher sales prices. Our list prices, which is this line right here, is also up. We went from $1,099,000 to $1,150,000 to now $1,230,000. Okay, and as you can see, guys, we're selling properties here just about at 94% of the original price. Learn how to read this market, so when you talk to your seller or a buyer, you know how to guide them. You know how aggressive you need to be with your prices when you are a buyer, or you need to know exactly where you should price your home if you are a seller. Okay, now you can do this report for any city, you can do it for any neighborhood, zip code, or even a particular building. I'm going to switch it over to a building. Let's go ahead and erase Doral, and let's go to condo. And let's come up here and let's put in the address of a building. So I'm going to put in here the address of a building in Brickell. 500 Brickell Avenue. All right. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and click on Generate Report. And what we have here is, again, the inventory analysis for a particular building in Brickell. And we have 3 sales in the last 3 months. That's 1 sale per month. You currently have 5 active listings. That leaves you with 5 months of inventory. If we're averaging 1 sale per month with 5 listings, then those 5 listings should last you 5 months, right? Our price is pretty much holding steady in the last 6 months, right around $460. Our list price is down considerably. Okay. Our days on the market, however, is pretty quick. So 7 days on the market is not bad. All right. So that's for a building. And of course, if you wanted to do it for a neighborhood, so for example, I'm going to go ahead and erase the address here, go back to single family home. And let's say you wanted to do it for a neighborhood. You go to subdivision name here, and I'm going to do it for Doral Isles. All right, that is a neighborhood in Doral. We're going to go ahead and put in the city of Doral just to make sure that there isn't any other Doral Isles, right? And then let's click on Generate Report. And now we have our market analysis or our market conditions report for Doral Isles in the city of Doral. So there are currently 12 active listings and they're selling 6.5 properties per month. That leaves you with a little less than 2 months of inventory. So once again, if you are a seller or if you are a homeowner that is maybe thinking about selling, you are pretty much in a seller's market. All right, so your neighborhood is in hot demand. So anything from 0 to 3 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. From 4 to 6 months of inventory is considered a balanced market. And anywhere over 7 months of inventory is considered a buyer's market. So where can I find the buyer's market? Well, we will see. We're going to come over here and I'm going to erase this Doral Isles. Let's do condos in Miami Beach. Let's do condos in zip code 33139. Let's see what's going on over there. All right, condo 33139, generate report. And are we in a buyer's market for condos in zip code 33139? The answer is yes. You see, we're in 8 months of inventory. All right, we went from having 427 available listings to now almost 700 available listings. So we definitely have a buyer's market now in zip code 33139. Prices, however, are not really reflecting a buyer's market. We're still increasing from 385 to 375 up to 411. All right. Okay, so to finish off today's training, I'm going to go ahead and tap into stats over here. I want to show you how to pull a few stats that are important for our knowledge of the industry and to help us with our customers and our presentations. So let's go ahead and click on stats right here. And let's take a look here. There are certain preset stats that you want to learn how to run. And then, of course, you can always learn how to run your own stat reports. I want to concentrate on 3 different ones: active listings, sales by year, and price trend. Let's click on active listings. All right, let's click on single family home in the county of Miami-Dade. How are we doing with active listings in all of Miami-Dade County for a single family home? So we'll wait for that. It's a rather large county, so it's collecting the data. All right, so once again, it's collecting the data. Here we are. So we're looking at a chart now, right? And if you can see here, going back to 2018, there were over 6,000 active listings. it went up to over 8,000 active listings, and then of course it decreases, right? It decreases to less than 4,000 active listings up, and then down again. If you want to see the numbers in or the data in numbers, you click on data and take a look at 2023. We went from 4,700 active listings in January, now down to 3,900 active listings in September of this year. Compare that to where we were last year. We did increase our inventory, but compare that to just 5 or 6 years ago, we are well below where we were. If you want to see the last 10 years, you go up here to customize and you go time frame, last 10 years, click on generate. And now we're going to see the numbers going back 10 years. Let's watch it change over to 10 years. It normally does not take this long, guys, but I am doing a study of an entire county. If you're doing a neighborhood or a city or a zip code, it should be a lot quicker. All right, so once again, we're waiting for this data, and you can always export the data, guys, at the bottom by clicking on Export CSV, or you can share it right here by clicking on Print or clicking on Email. All right, so going back to 2013, we're looking at 11,500 listings. So all the way down to just under 4,000 listings. That's a huge change from 10 years ago. So we barely have any available properties in our Miami-Dade market. All right, I'm going to go back to presets over here, and let's switch this over to sales by year. Now, if you want to adjust the search, you can always go and click on search here, and you can adjust the search if you'd like. We're not going to adjust it. We're going to leave it just like this. We're going to go ahead and do sales by year and click on generate. All right, we're going to switch right over to data, and you're going to see here the year of 2022. If you want to see 2023, you're going to go ahead and click on customize. And we're going to go ahead and click on time frame and go and do year to date 2023, and then click on generate. We are now looking at 2022 versus 2023. So in January of this year, we sold a lot less than January of last year. Same thing for February, and pretty much, if you look down the line, we have sold less every month than what we sold last year. So the sales has slowed down. All right, there are many factors why we have less sales, and we're not going to get into that discussion today, but I wanted you guys to learn how to figure it out, right? Learn how to see it in real life. The last one I want to run is the price trend. So let's click on historic price trend right here, and let's click on generate. Now we're going to see what the price is doing. Is the price going up? Is it going down? All right. We're going to be able to adjust our report. We're going to be able to add different columns to our report. So once the report does generate, I will show you how to customize and remove columns or add columns to this report. So it's going to take a few more seconds. And here we go. So we have here in our report our months, our active listings, and then our average sales price. Okay, so if you go all the way down here to our current month of September, remember October, we just began October. We don't have October numbers just yet. So our September numbers is that we had 3,914 active listings with an average sales price of $1,089,000 for a single family home. Now, you never want to use average price. So we're going to come up here right? And we're going to go ahead and click on customize. And instead of average price, we're going to switch that to sales price median. And then the active listings, number of active listings, we're going to go ahead and switch that to sales number of, so number of sales. Now let's click on generate. All right. And then this one is telling us that in September of 2023, we sold 888 properties at a median price of $600,000. So how are the prices behaving in 2023 for a single family home in Miami-Dade County? We went from 540 to begin the year, all the way up to 629 in July, down to 620 in August, now down to 600. So as you can see, it's been somewhat of a roller coaster, right? We went from 540 up to 629, now down to $600,000. Overall, the prices are higher this year than they were last year. September of last year, we had a price of 561. September of this year, we have 600,000. January of this year, we had 540. January of last year, we had 520. July of last year, we had 565. July of this year, we have 629. So as you can see, guys, prices do continue to rise in general in all of Miami-Dade County. So use this knowledge, guys, to learn how the market is behaving so you can better prepare yourself to present to your buyers and sellers. Okay. That is going to conclude our advanced MLS training. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.